Because
definitely better than brother and
Yeah.
sister for sure.
They threw it in there in some weird way, man. They started throwing out names we hadn't heard of in a minute.
You can count the points like your block's late, and they gon' drop another hot take soon as this beat drops. Wait, already dropped one. The whole game's on lock, son. Your corner get Mossberg, the QBs and shotgun. The same debates held daily at your barbershop. Except they make your points fall quicker than the hard to flop.
I think it's true. The more that I think about the Tyrion joint, like I think he might have cut a deal or something because that was real convenient that they just
especially the way he was talking about how much he loved the kids and
right.
she said she was pregnant
and it was right after that.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah, not enough Game of Thrones stuff. We got a show to do, fellas. What up? Thanks everybody for joining us live on YouTube. Glad to have you back.
We need a better intro from you, Justin. Redo it.
I'm not redoing it. I'm happy to welcome Matt back. I mean, he was in Cape Cod, Nantucket, doing white people things.
Rich white people things. Yeah, it was quite an experience. It was a different world up there, but it was definitely nice. So, how about the day that we got there? There was the riots in Boston.
Oh yeah,
we happened to be on a boat whale watching that day, so we didn't see any of that. And then 2 days later, we drove to Cape Cod, and the day we went there, or the day before we got there were two great white sharks on the beach that we were at when we went. And like they were like 10 feet from shore, so we would have been like right there with some great white sharks. I'm like, we missed all the drama that could have happened on the whole trip.
Looking out for you.
Yeah, it was love. That's good. And then we got Chris Ritter and Charlotte.
And we're back, dude. Nothing's changed. Went to Topgolf for the first time. That was dope.
Did you win? What did you play at Topgolf?
What?
So what did you play?
My fault.
Tell them you're on the show.
Yeah, I did. My omelets here, man. I had an omelet earlier. So it's after.
Chris is ordering omelets.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know what I played, but we played the one where like 5 in the red, 5 in the yellow. Yeah. I got 70 something. It was pretty good, dude. I got a nice golf stroke, man.
How many were out there? Did you win?
It was me and like 5 other people, because 6 people per base. So
nice. That's cool.
Yeah, I did my thing.
Cool.
Got an omelet.
Cool. Then we got the faceless man, Diggs. What up?
What's going on, man? How much is Topgolf? Like, I need to get there,
bro. All right, so $5 you get a card, and so you can go to any Topgolf.
Yeah, keep your card. Be sure to keep.
Yo.
You'll never think.
Cards. Dude, ramble right here. Tell me why the man asked my name. I said Chris Ritter, and he gives me a card that says Chris Critter with a K. I was like, what? I literally looking at my card dumbfounded. Yeah, it's bad. But $5, and then I believe it's 45 after 5 o'clock or something per hour. So when you get 6 people, it's really not bad at all.
The food is good.
It's pretty. They got a brunch special there where we didn't go for brunch obviously, but it was like chicken and waffle sliders.
Yeah, I've had the chicken and waffle sliders there.
They're on point.
Yeah, they're real good. The nachos are pretty decent.
Yeah,
like the food you wouldn't think it would be great there, but it's like pretty good.
It's literally just like a 3-story club where you can go hit golf balls.
Yeah, but you can like sit at the bar, have a meal, go golf for a little while. It's a good time if you got some people. It's like bowling for golf, and everybody can play. I mean, everybody can hit some of those, the majority of the targets.
Oh, I saw some terrible people out there.
Yeah. So it's fun. Yeah. But what do we get into this week, Diggs?
Well, we have the Mayweather McGregor fiasco.
Wow, fiasco.
Yeah.
Man, it was just a mess all around.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, Diggs, you got to give some people your personal account because not everybody knows what happened.
Okay, so I went to a car meet to watch the fight because I was not about to pay $100 to watch it. So they were going to stream it for free, and we didn't get to watch the stream until like the 8th round. So
wow,
yeah.
They had to shut down.
So
it wasn't even like it got shut down. Like they actually paid for the stream, but it was just like the Wi-Fi was bad or something, or I guess it was the UFC connection that was just bad.
So I guess I heard, I did a little research after you were sending that in the chat, and there were servers in California and around that basically they were overloaded, and I think it impacted the UFC servers. So yeah, I guess a lot of people are getting their money back. Well,
like, how do you not prepare for that? You knew how big of an event this was for months, and ever since they announced it was that November, December. How do you not prepare for that eventuality that it's going to be that many people logging on?
I think how it's set up is, since you had multiple people streaming it, you have Showtime and then you have UFC. They're all running. I guess they don't use the same servers or something, and so maybe they didn't know how many people were going to order from UFC and how many people were going to order from Showtime and order from the other streaming service.
Honestly,
so
I would think most people bought from Showtime, but
I would think so. But maybe that's what they thought. They thought 75% of the people are going to order from Showtime, and it turned out to be way more ordered from UFC.
Well,
I don't know.
I didn't have that problem, so it wasn't a fiasco for me. I was kicked back on a couch.
Right.
I had my phone in hand, streaming for the people, doing a justice for social inequalities.
Yeah. Shout out to Chris, because he
It
showed
was
me the
there.
first 8 rounds. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey,
Wait, Chris, hold on. I just saw this on the news that Chris Ritter got his Instagram account banned.
that's straight up. You know what I'm saying? But it was a good time. I thought it was a better show. Honestly, it was weird. Because he just looked awkward not the whole time. He came out and looked kind of good, and he landed some good punches on Mayweather. Now, we're never going to know if Mayweather was, you know what I'm saying, letting it happen per se. But I thought, all in all, it was better than what most people were expecting, and both sides honestly came out on top. You know how we were saying one side would lose this based on whatever. It would look bad for their sport. But honestly, it just shows that, I mean, the man came in, granted, he is 40, but he came in and fought the best ever, basically, at 50, and at least defensive fighter ever, and he at least showed something. He didn't just come in like a scrub. People were saying, like, the guys were saying he wasn't going to land a punch. Like, if you talked to Teddy Atlas before, he would have thought you were crazy. But, like, Showtime, up until that 9th round or 10th round, had it even. Their boxing judge had it even at 5-5, or whatever, 4-4, whatever it was.
Right.
Yeah. But, I mean, well, I'll put it this way. He showed up much better than I thought he was going to show up. I mean, in the first few rounds, I think Mayweather was basically letting him do it. And then I think the only reason why he landed punches is because Mayweather wasn't boxing the way Mayweather normally boxes. Yeah. If Mayweather had been doing his defensive thing, he probably wouldn't have touched him. But it wouldn't have been a good fight.
Well, it's because at the beginning, McGregor used his reach. And then... Go for it.
No, I'm just saying. You said McGregor wouldn't have touched him if he hadn't have been defensive.
If he had fought like he fought Pacquiao and all the other guys that he's fought throughout his whole career, then McGregor probably would have never landed a punch, because he does his little dance thing, his little shoulder roll, and nobody ever touches him. So I think he wasn't. I mean, to me, which is weird to me. Okay, when we came to this fight, we said that Conor had a chance because of his punching power.
Yeah.
But he landed clean shots, and none of them looked like they had any effect at all on Mayweather.
That's right.
He did, but
come on now. He hit him with a clean. Okay,
it wasn't the cleanest.
It was like 3, bro.
If you look, okay, if you go to your little gift thing on Facebook Messenger and you look up an uppercut, you're gonna see that like Mike Tyson uppercut where he knocks a dude's head off. Like, that's an uppercut. The one that McGregor did, it was clean, and McGregor and Mayweather's head didn't even move at all. It like barely shifted. And we're supposed to, raving over his punching power. So that surprised me that he was landing these clean shots, and they look like
everybody's saying. I'm not the conspiracy theorist here, but everybody's saying, Skip Bayless is leading the charge, that he had him hurt in the 9th in that corner, and they said it on Showtime while watching.
Man, he hit him with a low blow, and Mayweather was
low, though.
Mayweather was trying to get a point.
It wasn't low, though.
I think if
Mayweather was trying to get a point, though.
I think if Mayweather would have been offensive from the get-go, like he started getting in the 8th, 9th round, that would have given, McGregor would have had more of a chance. When he turned it was his thing. He's like, I'm going to tire him out, and then I'm going to go on the offensive because he's not going to be able to. And plus, he didn't defend himself at all.
No,
he doesn't know how to put his hands in front of his face. That's what I was irritated with. But he did show up in the first. I would say first 2 rounds were definitely his. And I did not see him winning 2 rounds.
That's when his reach is at the most advantage. That's what he had, was a super long reach, and that's how he fights in MMA anyway. Right. So. Once Floyd came in, like he said, with his head basically into his chest, he doesn't know where to swing at.
Yeah.
He's just trying to hit him wherever he can. That's why he kept seeing him go to the back, which was weird because Floyd was turning. I know you can do it, but it's all nuances of the game. Floyd would turn and bait him.
The whole fight was the whole beginning of the fight was so weird. How he kept ending up behind him and he's hitting him with the hammer punches to the back of his head. It just looked real strange for like the first 4 or 5 rounds.
He's like a different awkward fighter, but
I think people, at least boxing fans, should come out a little impressed by McGregor for coming in there and doing that. I mean, he landed 111 punches, which is more than the past, 5 fighters or whatever, except for Marquez. That was it. He was 7 short of that. He landed. It's ridiculous.
I think there should be, in boxing, to score, you have to throw at least so many punches around. Like, that's like Floyd it was laughable how many punches he threw in the first 3 rounds. I think one round he threw maybe was it 4 or 5 punches?
Yeah, he wasn't throwing at all. He was just letting McGregor throw.
But that was his plan, just get him tired and then walk him down. Yeah, but I do think the ref should have let him fall and get the 10 seconds.
Absolutely.
It's his first fight ever. You got to see his heart. That's the whole point. But that's what boxing has always been. Come on, Matt.
That's what it's been before, but they cleaning that up. Like, boxing is not UFC. If you're clearly hurt and you can't defend yourself anymore, they're gonna stop it every time now because they don't want anybody.
He was trying to weave. Yeah, he was weaving. He was backing up. He was completely
out on his feet, bro.
I'm not saying he's standing up. I'm just saying give the man who's you know what I'm saying. Like, it's his first fight ever. See if he overcomes that fatigue. See if he overcomes that stunnage that he is. You know what I mean? We saw it in the Joe Horn-Pacquiao fight. It's a different fight, but literally you would have thought he was dead, but the ref said, yo, if you don't protect yourself this next round, you're done.
Did he argue at all after the fight was over?
Because you know what he heard in his ear was his bank account growing.
No, because he was done. His bank account grew either way. He was done.
He did
said he was done.
No, he said let him go
to the canvas.
Yeah,
that was after he got some water. He had about 10 minutes to clear his head. At that moment when the ref stepped in and had him against.
Okay, but let him go down. You got 10 seconds to get up.
But he wasn't arguing. He wasn't saying that right then when he stopped it. He wanted that fight to stop. He has to sell his next fight. He has to come out and say, you know what, they should have let it keep going. At that moment when they stopped the fight, he wasn't wanting that fight to continue. He was done.
I think he would have been, because you got to let him.
Man, all Floyd had to do was land one punch, one solid punch, and he was done.
Yeah,
he was
then let him do it.
Put him to the
He hit him like 6 in a row. Like, at a certain point, you got to protect. You know, you got to.
So maybe this just makes me think that maybe in the contract it was like nobody can get knocked out. You know
right. Let's see. Yeah. Let the fans know that before they subscribe to pay-per-view. Like, if a person gets hit 6 times in a row and they're backing up, they're gonna call a KO.
He wasn't backing up. He was stumbling back, and he was not protecting his face.
Yeah, he was.
He wasn't protecting his face.
He was laying on the rope, bro. He was done.
Yo, this dude.
Look, we're not saying he was going to win or anything. No. We're just saying let him get that chance. Tyron Woodley was saying it all morning. Like, it's his pro debut. Like, who knows what he comes back with after that? You just don't know. Not saying he's gonna win.
Right. He could have got to the end of the round pretty quick.
So I heard it was Kyle Hurd or somebody talking earlier, and they were like, what would that image have done if you see him? You see how you see fighters get knocked through the rings or flat on their back? Like, that would have been a super bad look for McGregor to see him get knocked through the ring or see him flat on his back unconscious.
Yeah.
Now he still looks like the warrior. He still his image is protected. He still, think about
I mean, I get what you're saying.
Think about the girl in the UFC. You know what I'm saying? Her image after that kick, her image was all memed out. Like, her whole aura, everything was gone. And his is still protected right now. So I think they did him a service by stopping.
That's what I'm saying. I think that was probably in the contract on both sides then.
Yeah, I can see that. Because that would have been a bad look either way.
Yeah, if either of them got knocked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I thought it was a good fight, though. It was a great show, worth the 100. I didn't spend 100, but worth the splitting of a pay-per-view package to me. It was way better than the past Mayweather fights we've seen.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it was. I mean, it was entertaining. I don't think it was a good fight. I think it was entertaining.
This opens a new sport in a way, though, because now we'll see the more cross-sectional. Yeah, because we literally have McGregor Promotions now. That's what it's called.
Yeah,
in conjunction with the UFC. So, like, he's going to bring. Imagine a Tyron Woodley. Like, he can throw some hands in boxing.
Yeah, but like this was a unique thing. I think.
I know it's unique. I know, but I'm saying
who would watch McGregor again boxing? I think
everybody.
I think a lot of people would like, and he's going to.
It would be ugly though.
I think
like imagine him against like a Triple G or something.
Yeah, but okay, all right.
That'll be so ugly.
Yeah, but he even said though, he's like, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna learn. He said when he came at me, he thought he had him at the reach, which he did. And once Floyd got into his body and he didn't know what to do because he doesn't know how to move his feet in a boxing ring, basically, he just sat there and let him. You know what I mean? I don't know. He'll learn. If he wants to truly box, he will learn something.
Yeah. Well, his tactics.
He just fought the best ever.
His tactics for being good in UFC did not work in boxing because he cuts a lot of weight. I mean, he was 153 and he was 170 at boxing time. But going 10 rounds, that takes a toll on you. He can do that in UFC. He exerts a lot of energy, but it's like what 3 rounds, 4 rounds. So
5 minutes.
5 So. There's that.
I mean, they're two different type of cardios.
Yeah,
like Floyd would be super tired in the UFC, just like he was there. You're gonna hit that wall.
Yeah, so you wonder if he actually lost weight and got down, if he could, have some better. It wouldn't get as fatigued in the later rounds instead of gaining it back.
I just think unless the money is just so poor in the UFC, which I think he does all right. Like I
mean, his net worth was 35 mil before this fight, so
and he fought like what 25, 30 times, something like that.
But like recently is when his name's been big. So
you're one of the best in your sport, and I think at best you'll be marginal in boxing. So why?
Oh yeah, but he's gonna do both. Who's to say why can he do both now? You know what I mean?
Who's he gonna fight? What would be the purpose? Who would he?
Somebody will. He's just gonna set up. Even if he doesn't fight, he's gonna be the promoter now.
Yeah, I can see that.
So he's
a great promoter. Even though I don't think the promotion for this fight was that great. Surprisingly, I thought that was going to be the best part of the whole thing was the promotional tour, and that underwhelmed me. But the fight was much better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, the fight was good. You know what? Actually, what really pissed me off is that they came out to no music.
That was so dumb. I was ready for some B.I.G.
I thought he was about to come out to some Kodak Black when he was wearing that mask or something.
They usually have a rapper there, like not even a soundtrack. I mean, somebody spitting.
I probably said it on the show, bro. Like when McGregor came out in New York to "I Run New York," that was the hypest thing ever.
I think
that was so hype.
I think the stream something messed that up. They had to have it planned to come out.
I don't know because they were just walking normally.
But they came out super quick, too. Usually, it takes a long time. Like they took a lot longer time going out for some of the promotional stuff than they did for the fight.
That's true.
So maybe
I'm glad it worked out, man. I think this is a good look for the fight in a couple of weeks with Triple G and Canelo. Yeah. I think a lot of people who wouldn't have normally tuned into that because they tuned into this fight and it was actually entertaining, they might actually buy that fight. I'm sure it's cheaper. I think it's probably $59, $69, something like that.
Maybe that's a big fight. And then winner gets Levinchenko. Are they going to meet up? That'll be great.
Yeah, that's going to be crazy.
That guy is ridiculous.
Triple G is a monster.
Bro, if it's between him and dude, that guy's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That guy's like 396-1, and he's only like 20 something. Like, come on.
That's a lot of wins.
All right.
Is boxing back? What y'all think?
It depends. We'll see what happens. I mean, Mayweather just brought it back, but he's not fighting again.
He's always been, he's never been out for him. His fights
exactly.
I think UFC got a lot of the market share.
Yeah,
that boxing guy, because boxing went through that dark period, and it's kind of been in a dark period. I think there's a lot of people that just went totally UFC, but they might, some of them might come back.
Yeah. Well, other than that. Well, you know what the other big news? I guess it's big. It kind of slid under the radar because of the fight.
No, I don't think it slid under the radar.
I mean, like a little.
It wasn't
bit.
as big as it could have been.
Yeah,
yeah. But
I mean, like people are still talking about it, but
yeah, that news is Kyrie Irving's trade could possibly be voided due to Isaiah Thomas's hip injury. I don't think they're bluffing, man. I think they're gonna actually go back on this trade if they don't get like Tatum or Jaylen Brown.
A player that can
so
play
what happens, Diggs, if it goes back? What happens with Kyrie? What happens with IT and Crowder?
Well, I mean, Kyrie's gonna get traded somewhere else, but I think the Celtics have to do it because you can't send a disgruntled Isaiah Thomas and Crowder back. That's just gonna ruin everything. So you're screwed if you do that.
Yeah,
you have to do something. Isaiah Thomas can't be there.
Yeah, you basically just said I don't want you.
Because he balled out for you in the playoffs 2 days after his sister died, and then Jay Crowder's mother died the day you traded him.
Sheesh.
That's not gonna look. They're not gonna be happy about that.
I mean, that's true, but there's absolutely no way they're getting either of those two players.
I agree with that. I agree with that, but they got to do something.
I would probably, personally, I wouldn't. If I wouldn't offer anything.
Give him a Zizic back or whatever. Give him the high schooler, and then let me get Brown.
They're not giving up.
I'll give you Shumpert. All right, we'll throw in Shumpert. You give me Brown and Smart.
That's like nah. I mean, honestly, I don't think either side wants the trade to fall through. I think Cleveland really wants that pick. They know it's going to be a number 1 or 2 pick that's going to hopefully get them somebody that'll replace LeBron when he.
But if they want to win now and have that slim chance of keeping LeBron, you know what I mean?
I mean, you got to think they knew that his hip wasn't healthy. Like
they probably didn't know he was going to be gone inside midway through the season.
Who cares though? They're going to be number 1 or number 2 whenever he does come back. Then you only
get half a season of work IT with LeBron, and you know what I'm saying? You get that chemistry going, because every team that starts always has that dead period. Like the Warriors last year weren't good until KD got hurt.
Yeah.
And then they were good, but they weren't what they were until KD got hurt. And then I don't know, just
MVP stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And then KD just comes back in because he's KD.
But does Kyrie's trade value go down? Like, I mean, if he goes back, or does it stay the same?
Stays the same. You see what Cleveland wants for it. Now you have to match. At least teams have a template to match.
See, this is my thing. Who else is giving them what the Celtics offer them?
Yeah, I don't.
Who else
I agree with Matt.
So that's why if I was Ainge, I wouldn't budge, because I'm like, okay, you voided trade. What else you gonna get for him that's gonna be as good as the package that we gave you? We gave you the number 1 or number 2 pick. We gave you an all-star for at least half a year. We gave you one of the best defenders in the league. Like, you're not gonna get that package anywhere else.
You get a third team.
Yeah, but they blew up their team's chemistry though. So I mean, you may not get the same amount of players back or the same quality of the trade for Kyrie, but that Celtics team is screwed now. Yeah. Isaiah Thomas is not going to be happy there.
But what does that do for the Cavs? Like, I mean, see what you're saying.
The Cavs will be fine
if
they'll find something else. It won't be as good.
You're saying it won't be as good, so I just don't see.
What's the purpose?
Yeah, what's the purpose?
It won't be as good. Why would you void?
Why would you do it? That's why I think it's a bluff. I 100% think it's like, let's.
But the best player you're getting back is not going to play because we all haven't seen the X-rays. We don't know what they saw in there. It's got to be something. If they're not bluffing, it's something pretty serious.
Honestly, though, that's not the A+ in this trade. A+ in this trade is that number 1 or number 2 pick. Isaiah was, okay.
But it's good but like that gives you that win now and the future. Now you only have the future.
But you got win now too. He'll be back
because of who?
All-Star game. You know what I'm saying? LeBron to carry it to the end. Then All-Star game, Thomas comes in healthy, and then you make the run for the
They were saying Thomas he needs surgery and he could end up missing the season.
But how could Celtics?
And he's going to get. He's a free agent next year. It's nothing for him.
I just don't see how the Celtics doctors could misdiagnose that much.
I mean, we saw what happened with the Saints.
Well, they said, from what I understand, they didn't misdiagnose it. Like, he just didn't want to get surgery. He just said he was gonna rehab and relax. That's what he said he wanted to do. He didn't want the surgery, but they tried to advise him to get it, and he didn't want it.
Yeah, because he was like, it was hurting him the whole season last year, right? It wasn't just in the player. Like, it was.
It happened earlier in the season.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I think at best, like I said, they might get another second round pick or something like that. I don't think they're gonna. I know they're not gonna get either one of the 2 players they requested.
I think that's what they're trying to do.
What about a Smart?
Whatever.
They can't give up Smart too. Like,
Smart's. They're not.
They already giving up Crowder.
But Iman Shumpert requested a trade, so he can easily go into a trade.
Yeah.
Man, that's $10 million. I wouldn't want.
Bro, you were saying that, and $10 million in the NBA today is nothing. Alan Crabb makes more than Iman Shumpert.
The cap is what, 115, 130?
They're already going to be paying the luxury tax.
10% of your cap going to
okay, both of these teams are paying in the luxury tax regardless. Literally regardless, and they have the money to do so.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out. I think it's gonna be a standoff, and I think personally, I think the Cleveland will back down. But
do we know the time period that somebody has to decide something before the?
I think it's Thursday. They got to accept or reject the physicals by Thursday.
Well,
if they accept it, then the trade goes through. If they reject it, it's a veto.
This makes or breaks. What's his name? Kobe Altman. Is that his name? Makes his career right here. Whereas they were talking about it on Cowherd, it's kind of like Adam Silver starting. You know what I mean? Like right away, something big happens, and once you get thrusted into your job, and this could either make you one of the best GMs ever, or the worst one, the one that failed a trade and got nothing.
Yeah.
So. Be interesting, but it's just the storylines. That's why the NBA is always gonna, you know what I'm saying?
All right, so predictions. What exactly happens Thursday? Matt, start with you.
I think it's a standoff. I think the Cavs end up. I think the Celtics end up throwing in a second, and it goes through.
I think it'll probably stay the same, or they're gonna get a third team to come
in. Interesting.
Diggs, what about you?
I'm gonna say that it just gets vetoed. Nothing happens, Kyrie. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.
So everything goes back. Kyrie goes back. Okay. Huh. I think it's I think it'll go through with nothing. I think they'll just stand off until Thursday and they'll finally sign it. And put it through.
It'll be interesting. Hey, that's what I'm trying to tell you. NBA is here to stay, Justin. 2025.
Man, it's about to be the NFL season, and we're still talking about it.
Right.
Like, this has never happened before. It's crazy.
Because so many superstars now in the league. Like everybody, like the league is ridiculous now. All the athletes that go and play basketball is out of this. It's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking so we divided up the season tickets for the Thunder games. I got some pretty good home games. I got the Rockets. We got the Warriors coming a couple times.
Who'd you divide this up with?
So us and another business, we went in and we split season tickets. So so it's mostly you can take clients and stuff. But I mean, you get 20 games, and that's a lot.
You better mark off somewhere right now. You better get one of those games.
Oh yeah, no, I've got 20. I got my pick. Actually, when y'all are coming down, we got the T-Wolves on that Friday.
That's a good one.
That's gonna be a solid game. So that'd be cool. But I'm excited, like a whole lot, especially now that we got Paul George. So I'm excited to check it out.
Yeah, that would be dope.
We shall see. I'm gonna definitely give away the Charlotte game.
That's fine. We're gonna be in the playoffs, and either way, you can watch us on TV. Last time we were in the playoffs, we put on the show. I'm just saying. I mean, D Wade helped us, but we put on the show.
Yeah, that was a great series.
Right? The guy in the purple shirt.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Money. On to the NFL finally.
We're back. Finally, we're on to the NFL. We talk about the week of the ACLs. Everybody's got the weak knee bones.
They need to go see Blair and just find out how to do it without.
They just hit up Kobe's new little whatever.
Yeah.
Investment fund and invest in some new knees.
Like Blair was balling without an ACL. How do you do that?
You just grow up the whole time without it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But he literally couldn't jump, so your point of a receiver would just be done.
Yeah.
What's the worst injury from the week? I think it's Edelman or
Edelman for sure. No, probably Meredith.
Yeah.
Because I say Meredith.
I would definitely say Meredith.
That's why they traded out, or not traded. That's why they got rid of Alshon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Edelman got hurt. Belichick's like, well, you might not be with us next year.
Edelman said Belichick turned around and saw another white guy ready to play.
Right, exactly.
He's going to pick up Burson. If the Panthers drop, Brenton Burson, he will get picked up by the Patriots. I guarantee.
Oh, they're looking at players that are about to get dropped, and they're like, oh yeah, we'll take him, make him a top receiver.
Exactly.
No problem. So I mean I hate it for Edelman, but the fact
it sucks though, and it seems like the less that they actually practice, the more injuries are happening.
Yeah,
because your body's not used to what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like that's why you don't see it too much with basketball players. Like they do just the same cutting and things like that, but they're doing it all the time.
The grass the grass and cleats plays a big deal with ACLs though. And the slippage, because you just don't slip as much. I mean, the worst thing that's going to happen in basketball is you're going to come down on somebody's foot, and they're taught to just fall. That's why you see so many players fall in
Yeah.
NFL or in the NBA. NFL, you can't get by with that. But we saw this happen to Walker.
It's just.
And Walker came back. He tore his ACL
Yeah.
with the Patriots, came back and had a great season.
I mean, he'll be good the next year, but for this year, I don't think it hurts. The reason that one's not as important is
Because of the
because
system.
yeah. I mean, he's a chain mover. He's going to get those first downs, and he was the main target. But
now you had Cook.
yeah, exactly. You have Cooks. You have Hogan. You have Amendola. Yeah, like you'll be fine. You have my man from Georgia who got hurt every year and now is balling. What's his name? Malcolm Mitchell. Shout out to his book club.
But I think White, man, it looked like White was gonna be like a couple years ago, and I ain't really hear a whole lot.
Burkhead.
Yeah, Burkhead.
Burkhead is up there.
Yeah, he's going in.
Balling.
He does everything.
He was so good at Nebraska. Though,
Yeah.
He just always got hurt.
Yeah. But if he can stay healthy, he's gonna be
I
solid
think
for him.
the Anthony Hitchens ones is important for the Cowboys.
Yeah, I was gonna say that might be the second most
mainly
important.
because now Jalen Smith has to start.
He's got to.
Yeah, and he thinks he's back, so it's.
I feel like if he was back, he would have been like, I ain't hear anything about him vying for that job. Like it was always his
But everybody said he looked good. You know, you're still gonna work him in. While we're still on NFL, and we talked about Cameron Meredith. Who do you guys think wins that QB battle?
I mean, Mitchell is gonna win it, but I think they're still gonna start.
Mitchell's looking good.
No,
Mitchell
yeah,
looks
he's looking solid.
a beast.
And I can't even lie, Kaiser's not looking bad himself, which is weird.
No, Kaiser's looking solid. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
That's
all
what
the
I said
rookies came out looking good.
That's
And
what
we
I said
thought
about
this
the
was a
draft.
Yeah, we
do
thought
you
it was a weak
do you think it's because like they say, you know what I'm saying? Obviously there's weak quarterback class because even Goff looks good now too, looks better. But like it's because they say they're not ready, so now there's more focus on quarterbacks being ready, NFL ready. Because like there was a lull there where only like one good guy would come out, but now we're seeing more and more talent. We're gonna this next QB like class is gonna be our next stars for years to come.
Right.
Like supposedly you got Josh Allen, Darnold, like everybody.
I don't know what it is though, because it honestly feels like that's counterintuitive because college you don't do any reads, you don't do it's all sprint.
But
you would think
Trubisky didn't do any reads in college.
That's what I'm saying. But now he's coming in and he looks great. So I don't understand how what's happening. I don't know if the coaching is getting better in the NFL where they can coach these guys up quicker.
Maybe they just know how to relate it. They know how to put more college systems into a pro style.
I think they know what they're getting. For a while, it was like the NFL coaches had a certain amount of pride where somebody comes in, it's like, look, this is the way you do it. And now they know, okay, college is a spread offense. This is what's different than college.
You give them the same reads, basically.
Yeah, this is what you need to do because, there's a lot of crazy play calls in the NFL, but for the most part, the game of football is pretty simple. It's a lot faster in the NFL, but it's they've grown up with this. It's just a change of verbiage and the like, and I think they're kind of seeing that and helping some of these spread quarterbacks basically thrive in some of these under center offenses.
Yeah. I hope Mitchell doesn't. I hope they don't start him week 1 because that's going without Meredith too. That's going to be a horrible offense. And
but if you can get Howard in your fantasy league, you better. Jordan Howard, the running back. Yeah. Wait, Diggs. While we're still before we move on and just talked about fantasy, why did I had to leave halfway through the draft? Why did my team draft all running backs?
I don't know. I heard you talking about it, but it's
bro. Like my whole entire. Can I get like a free pickup? I had to put in 3 waivers. Somebody probably took, and they drafted the Jags defense.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Is that your only defense?
I mean, I just put in a bid to get somebody else. I'm gonna go week by week at this point.
When did they get a kicker? When did this CPU draft a kicker for you? What round?
Dude, I don't even want to know.
Every time it's auto draft,
who is your kicker?
Oh man, dude, you guys are putting me on blast. All I know is I get the best team name. I'm Kirk's cousin. So
Kirk's cousin. Anyway, we draft. Yeah, when is it?
When do we draft?
Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday night because we had to redo it.
Yeah, me and him were the only ones talking. I was like, "Hi." He was like, "Hi."
Yeah, I was at the lake, and I couldn't get reception out there, so.
So, look, first of all, Danny Woodhead was like my 3rd pick when I had gotten in. I was like, why? Is he already on my team?
What?
Yes,
He's
I
still.
got,
Gosh, I didn't even know he was.
I
still
got
in the
Dustin
league for a
Hopkins.
while.
He's projected 11 points this first game, but yeah, no, I got. You want to hear it? Ready? Doug Martin suspended, Rob Kelly, James White, Matt Forte, but then I picked up Watson and Njoku in the Falcons defense. So I'll be straight. You know, we're making power moves. We're making them. And then you guys got to join my fantasy basketball league this year if you guys want to try it. It's actually really fun. I like it better than fantasy football. So
You like it better than fantasy football?
yeah, I think it's fun. You
I've-
set it for the whole week.
Yeah,
It's fun.
I've played. I like it, but not as much as fantasy football.
Man,
It's always been too much for me to do it day by day.
it makes me watch more games.
Yeah,
it's
keep up
just
with that.
because I root
You
for
know,
random
basketball.
players.
But you know what? NFL really started messing me up in fantasy football when they have that Thursday night game every week. It used to just be
Yeah.
every once in a while, and man, there's so many times. In the fact that you want to start somebody on Thursday to get
Right.
it kind of ahead of the curve. Like if you've got a player and they're on Thursday night, you're like, oh, I'm gonna tear it up, and they usually are trash on Thursday night.
Yeah, always.
But,
They always play worse because they're coming off either whatever. They're just less. It's a different routine.
yeah.
Thursday night games have always been terrible.
Yeah.
Even last year was the worst.
Yeah. Sunday night, Monday night, yeah, prime time, and they've had a lot of rest.
All right.
Much better. Thursday night games, if I see somebody and they're on my fantasy team, I want to start them to get the points, but stinks because they're not going to get it.
But on to the thing that died after week 1, the big 3.
It didn't though. Like,
It didn't die.
It
I don't
got a
think
pretty,
it died.
It didn't
got
die.
a pretty big crowd for the playoffs.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
agree.
it
Yeah.
Eh.
I don't know. I agree with the
I
White man.
watched the highlights, but I mean, okay, so I saw it in week 2,
Yeah.
and you could tell the guys were rusty. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess they went through their little training camp or whatever, but it wasn't like
They didn't
fluid
take it
basketball.
serious.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like the basketball that I saw in that championship game, it was pretty fluid. It was,
Yeah.
plays being run. I saw a lot more dunks than I saw in the whole event.
Well, I definitely think the future will be better for it because now players are going to have somewhere to come and play and win money or whatever they're going to play for. And it's just, yeah, like you said, they click more. I don't know. Somebody's going to come in there and take it really, really serious one time or come in and make their own team of some super ballers. And
I still think it's never going to be a TV event. I think live, like,
they have to
live,
make it
I saw
live. They just
it
can't
was
tape
great.
delay it.
Yeah.
it's gotta
If
be
it was
live.
live when it was on, maybe. But that tape delay is kind of pointless.
Well, just
Yeah,
yeah.
that definitely made me not watch it.
If they do tape delay, like do it late on the day of.
They
Like-
could just do Tuesday nights. Like who plays on Tuesday?
Like
Who
it
plays-
it comes after Sunday night NFL, even though it won't be
Yeah.
on the NFL, but something coming after a Game of Thrones, on a tape delay
All right,
on
well,
the same
that'd be
day.
like 11:30.
I still think it would get more viewers than on a tape delay, on that much of a tape delay.
They take a day, take a Tuesday. No, nothing happens on Tuesday,
yeah.
It doesn't have to be on a
and they were already doing it on Sunday. I mean,
right because they were presenting this when sports is at a lull.
yeah,
Like, there's nothing on, so I guarantee you would watch if it was on a Tuesday night.
yeah. If
and
it was live on a
live.
Tuesday night, I would tune in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
but they wouldn't get the ticket sales on a Tuesday night. You know what I'm saying? They
The-
get
Yeah,
ticket
just
sales
one
on
loss.
the weekend.
They'll just have to evaluate where they get the most money, though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey,
It seems
but
like
shout
it'd
out.
be TV.
Shout out to Rashad McCants for breaking the Kardashian curse.
Hey, he was
Hitting the
balling.
game winner.
He was balling out there. Like
Who's Rashad McCants with?
He was with Chloe. He literally attributed her to him not making it in the NBA. Like it's a direct quote.
How many dudes?
Yeah,
oh
a
my
lot,
gosh, dude!
a
I
lot,
can't. I
yeah.
can't. I try.
Yeah,
to
don't
block
get into that. Your
Kardashian
wife
on my
watches the
name.
show. Come on. Let's-
I can't. I can't.
I watched it. I'm not even gonna hate it.
I watched it 10 years ago.
Yeah, you see, well, how old are you? Like 30?
I'm 32.
Oh,
They've actually been around for like 12.
yeah. We watched it at the
Yeah.
same time, dude. We're the same white people.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to next year though. The big three. I'm seeing.
Look,
seeing
if
what-
they
how-
get
how-
Kobe to come play,
hey man, that would be. ridiculous.
That's all they need is Kobe.
that's really all they
Any
need.
star like that comes back and plays like that. would-
Kobe, go get Starberry.
Kobe's the guy that would actually play too. Because,
Yeah. Oh,
Oh.
he'll talk trash.
Kobe
Right.
take it serious.
They get Kobe. They could get Vince Carter. I think Vince Carter's gonna be done after this year.
Yeah, he'll play
In the
out there.
NBA.
Yeah. Look
He'll
at
go play there.
I don't know. McCants was balling. Every highlights or games that I did watch, like he was like
Yeah.
the best player.
He's the #1 pick for a reason. I mean,
Yeah.
He was good.
yeah.
Yeah,
Even though he
just-
didn't win the MVP, I think Lewis won the MVP, but he definitely looked good.
Yeah, he looked real good. They gotta get some high flyers in there though.
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard because the high flyers are in the NBA.
Yeah, over 30 high flyers. Not too many.
Get that dude from the DL who can't do anything but dunk.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
in the dunk contest.
Yeah.
People like that.
Oh, Derrick Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's actually on the Suns roster now. So
Yeah. Well, they had James White. James White was like the dunking goat for forever, but he
did the dunks for
He went to
2K.
Cincinnati, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I remember him. Okay.
Well, he was in the NBA dunk competition. For some reason, his hands couldn't grip the ball, but he's been in dunk competitions overseas, and he was the best dunker I've ever seen. But there's quite a few people that just do that for a living.
I'll give my right lung if I could dunk a basketball. Shout out to Bronson.
Top hat time.
Yeah.
top hat time. All right, let me see what we got here.
I really hope you picked the one I'm looking at.
Let's see. Michael Vick joins Fox Sports as an analyst.
I think it'll do good. I could tell him and Cowherd had a little thing, so I knew it was going to happen eventually. They loved each other too much. He gave too many good quotes on Fox.
Yeah. Mike.
Yeah, I mean,
Go ahead.
go ahead. No, you go.
I was just saying, Mike Vick is always, sounds pretty good when he's being interviewed. He has kind of that troubled past that people want to place. Oh, he's not going to be good on, a Sports Center or any type of sports show. But I think he's really good. I didn't think Randy Moss was going to be that great, but Randy Moss has proven me wrong. He's not the best, but he does well.
I would like him so much more if him and Dilfer would stop that emoji segment.
Yeah,
That is the worst segment I have. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's just appealing to the millennials.
Not this one.
That's all it is.
But
As a
Kevin,
matter of fact, that's why Vic is on there. To be honest with you,
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
everybody loves Vic.
yeah, you're exactly right, Dick. What about Kevin Garnett? This is switch a topic.
Oh, no. Oh, dude, don't get me started. He moves so much. He doesn't stop moving. He just he's bad.
The craziest thing though is if you've ever been to an NBA game and sat close enough to hear him talk, it's the F-bomb every other word on the court.
Well, he has the cuss button for a reason.
Yeah, you could tell. Like that's him.
Yeah.
His intensity doesn't fade. It's the same at all times.
Right. So I was a little I guess having the cuss button.
Yeah, but
helps.
look at the show he got on. It's not like he's on like Sports Center 6. He's on the best sports show, basically.
Yeah.
It comes on past 11, so they can say whatever they want.
Anyways, I like Vic. Vic's a good pickup.
I think it'll be interesting to see. Is he gonna commentate games or is he just analyst?
I haven't heard.
Probably
just
pregame.
Yeah,
I know
he's
you
just
saw
an
it,
analyst.
Justin. We watched. Rex Ryan's gonna be calling games. That's kind of cool. I think he's got the good personality for it.
Right. Yeah, when he was in with
Yeah.
Jameis Winston, when they were going over the pregame stuff. Yeah. He's in there. He just, talks just like you would coaching. Yeah. He doesn't sugarcoat anything.
Effing snack.
Yeah.
That was the best scene ever.
Yeah. That was good. So, yeah, he'll probably be good. And speaking of Hard Knocks, Jameis Winston, man, I did not like the guy for the longest time. Obviously, we was at Florida State. I'm an OU fan. But watching that show, I've kind of grown to like him. Like, he's got a charismatic
He's
personality.
super charismatic.
And he takes it serious too, like very serious.
Yeah, and I didn't think he was like that because I've only heard some interviews and like when they lost to Auburn in the national championship and he kind of won off and made himself kind of look like an idiot. But I think he has that Southern accent. I think he's real cool. I've been impressed
for tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure.
I can't wait till it's like my favorite team. I can't wait till the Panthers get it or something. Like I don't know. Then I'll watch.
Should have been the Colts this year, man. I wanted that so bad.
Your biggest draw ain't doing anything.
Man,
Andrew
that would've
looks
been so
chilling.
entertaining.
It would have just been him cheering.
It'd have
on
been
the-
entertaining seeing him chilling.
He would have been clapping on his chest. What's next, dude? Draw another one.
Yeah, I got one. The Tigers and the Yankees bench clears.
Bro.
Oh, I saw that.
times.
Yeah.
Man, baseball's so petty. I mean, this is so petty. The first one was crazy though. The second one was just your normal baseball, little, you know what I mean, happening after the first. The first one was dope. After that, I was just like, all right, grow up. All right.
Yeah.
You threw it in somebody's head, trying to say it was a curveball, and it went like 98 and hit him in the head. Like, grow up. Just, I don't know. Baseball. That's why I don't like baseball, man. The unwritten rules. I
hate the unwritten rules stuff. Yeah. That makes no sense.
Like
the whole bat flip.
Right. If Stan hits a home run on me, good for him, man. Let him celebrate. Because when I strike him out, I'm gonna celebrate just as hard.
Right. Exactly. And they can do that. That's what's crazy.
Exactly.
Fist pump or do whatever if they get a strikeout. But the batter can't.
Yeah. Are any of these guys gonna be like suspended multiple games?
Oh, it already has.
About how many games?
It hurts the Yankees. I believe it was 4 games for Gary Sanchez, who was on a hot streak.
Which is about what, a half a game in other sports, or not a quarter.
Well, yeah, but like they're in the heat of the playoff race right now, so that's
games.
like judges judging around.
Seems like they get like if this would have happened in football or basketball,
it's baseball.
It would be like, look what it did happen in basketball. Look at Detroit and Indiana back with Ron Artest, and look how big of a
that was different. Yeah, it wasn't that.
Fans.
Yeah.
That
is true. I just think it would be.
This was kind of like hockey. You know, hockey they let them fight. So like they're gonna let you fight, and you're gonna get your suspension or fine. But
it looked like Cabrera was, going for boxing like Mayweather.
The slowest punches I've ever seen.
And then, but Austin was like, "No, we're going UFC."
Right.
And he just speared him down to the ground.
I mean, that's what happens. I saw 2 fights this weekend between my friends. Both times they went to UFC, man.
Yeah.
Nobody throws hands anymore. It's all about the grappling.
Yeah. Playing
with Giancarlo. What y'all think? Is he gonna get 62?
He's a freak. Yeah, I think so.
He's gonna get 62. So how do y'all feel about the whole? Like, I mean, I'm a Barry Bonds fan, so I think the record's 73. I don't care what anybody says, but people are like, oh yeah, if he gets 62, then he'll be the real home run king and all that stuff.
To me, this is what I've always said. I think baseball, steroids might help you hit the ball further. I don't know. I've never taken them. But you still got to hit the damn ball.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You still have to watch it come out of his hand, put the bat on it. You that takes incredible skill.
Bonds had the best hand-eye coordination.
Exactly. And even before it, he was destined for the Hall of Fame anyway.
Right.
40 clubs, he was killing it.
And in that year, he got walked like 3 times a game. He would get like 1 at bat, and that 1 at bat he hit a homer. The whole rest of the other 3, it'd be an intentional walk. So I'm like, you can't. I don't feel like.
Yeah, to me, it doesn't bother me.
And you have every person in America over the age of 50, they go see their doctor, and if they have low testosterone or whatever, what do they give them? HGH is it's being handed out like candy to kids.
Yeah.
So I don't see why that was such a big deal. HGH.
And MLB, like that basically saved the baseball when it was Sosa and Ware.
I went to a Giants game and like literally vividly remembered where he hit it. I was like, oh, that's where he hit the home run. That I saw it all. I was like, that imagine being at that game still, regardless. Everybody there knew he was on steroids, and they still came out and watched.
Yeah, I went to a playoff game that year the year before or after, and he was in Atlanta. And him and Smoltz came in to close the game, and Bonds came up, and Smoltz threw a fastball. Was just challenging. I think the game was out of hand, so Smoltz was just throwing fast heaters to him right down the middle. Bonds took him way deep. I mean, it's just one of the best things I've seen.
Yeah,
like it's such a disgrace. It's crazy to me. Like it's revisionist.
That's the baseball purist who hate it. But as a fan, I played it growing up. Like it's not the same. It's not fun. It's fun to watch. Playoff baseball is really fun to watch. I think it's just oversaturated.
Yeah.
Well, pitchers were on it too.
I mean, we see it Little League World Series. I think the Little League World Series is hype.
Man, North Carolina almost won.
Dude, well, first of all, how'd they give that up? They were man. And then they got destroyed by Mexico.
Yeah. I'm like, y'all were gonna lose. You could have just whipped North Carolina win. Whatever. Got time for one more?
Yeah, I think
we got one more.
All right.
All right. We got Madden 18 was released.
On the go. Let's keep it going in the show.
Yeah, all right.
Stu Digger. Hold on. It's turned on right now. I just turned it on. I told him I was ready when the show's over. I'm about to message.
Okay.
I think it's solid, man. I think I'm only like 7 games in, but it seems like it's solid. I'm looking forward to another season.
You need to. Is
Yeah,
Dabo
Chris
back?
really just signed on. I just seen his name show up on the screen.
Is Dabo back?
I don't know if Dabo was back. I mean, I don't think he scored much on offense like he normally do. He
What-
got a lot of picks and stuff.
What
Yeah,
do you
well,
like
Dabo's
better
defense-
about it than Madden 17?
I like the zones.
If I'm being honest with you, when I played it, and this is kind of the reason I haven't. It's gonna sound cocky, but kind of the reason I haven't played it that much anyway is because it felt the same. Like my
Madden
reason,
17?
not like the sensitivity in the game like that, but I
Okay.
mean just like
Just about-
going into the game
Yeah.
outside of switching my zones really fast on defense. This
That's-
is what I gotta get good
yeah,
at.
that's what I'm having trouble with.
Yeah, I'm good at doing that, like semi, but on offense, like I know the type of reads I want when I play. I go for the easy ones, and I just
Yeah, offense
just
came
was the
back
same.
real easily.
yeah. It's
But-
just more. I think it's too fast and competitive, like too swervy. It's not like really juking or anything.
Well, it's
You
just
can
because you
swerve
don't have
and then-
those suction tackles too.
Well, yeah.
It's
I
like
mean,
it-
yeah, but it's kind of like
Yeah.
like not natural running.
Yeah, it's a little quick, but
But
it
I
reminds
think
me of older. It reminds me of like the movements remind me
think-
of older Maddens. You have a little more control. Seemed like
I think-
17, you had more animations kind of take over.
You should have joined our league. I think we'll get the sliders right. If
Yeah,
you,
we're definitely
I think
gonna
you
get
should
the
get
sliders.
Daryl and then to make the sliders right, and then you guys are. I think it'll be good. I don't know why you stopped. But that's cool.
Oh yeah, I'm going the mutt this year, dude. I'm gonna try to actually play a little bit of that.
Well, that's
I
nice.
told you I'm on the bench, man. I'm the sixth man, so if somebody gets kicked out, I'm here. Hopefully, I haven't screwed up the team too bad. What do you think, Diggs? You like it better?
I like it better. I mean, it's got some bugs to it, and I'm sure they're gonna fix it. So
Yeah, there'll be some
I'm
bugs.
not. Yeah, it's. I think I was playing Matt, and like I was on the one, and I tried to do the fake fullback pitch, and Andrew Luck just stood there. He just held the ball. Like, I'm not giving you the ball. I'm just gonna stand here.
And then play actions to nobody because of me. Like every game, I have like 4 or 5 where they do a play action and the halfback is 6 yards away.
I think that's just the play. There are some plays like that in the NFL where they literally don't hand it. You know what I mean?
Oh, there's a quite
Yeah.
there's actually like the offense that my brother runs at his college. There's a lot of play actions where
It's just to
the
get
halfback is a ways away, like it's almost going to be a pitch, and so it looks kind of funny, but the defense, the linebackers still have to respect it.
Yeah.
Now I've seen the fake pick because the Giants do that. Eli do the
Well,
fake.
they make it look like a handoff, but it still gets the linebackers, in some. It looks
Yeah.
odd.
Interesting.
Well, we got to do it before the show. Predictions this week: Florida State, Alabama. It's Saturday.
I'm going FSU just because I don't like Alabama. So
I think Francois probably will ball out. They have trouble against the dual threat quarterbacks,
yeah, they always have. Yeah.
so that would be interesting. Shout out to Mallard Creek, the high school I went to. They're killing it again, Matt. They're gonna be seeing Wake Forest.
As usual, almost every year.
Yep, they'll be back together this year. I think they have a 6'7" left tackle who's a sophomore. I think he's 3 something,
That's crazy.
right? I don't know where I've never seen somebody in my neighborhood or area that's
15
all.
years old.
Yeah,
6'7", 300 pounds. That's ridiculous.
it's crazy, man.
Well, I'll be in New Mexico, University of Mexico. Watch my brother open up.
That's what's up. Good luck to him.
So we'll be there, and then they play Colorado State the week after, which Colorado State annihilated Oregon State.
You
I don't
think
know.
they'll what if he gets drafted and Bill Belichick into a receiver?
Nah, dude,
Never know.
he'll stay at quarterback.
You never know.
We'll see.
How tall is he?
He's 6 foot, so I mean he's on the
Oh.
lower end. Obviously, if
Oh.
he's 6'2",
Oh, that's
He probably
football.
been to the D1,
that's
right?
football.
Yeah, that's literally football.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
You got to be tall. The same with basketball.
But it worked out. He's been starting. He started as a sophomore. He's a junior now. So
Yeah.
I mean, and he's gets to run the offense. Where if
Oh,
he
he's a
went to a
junior,
bigger
so he's got
school,
another year.
yeah. So
so he's gonna try to transfer.
he'll
You
be
think?
good. He might graduate transfer. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
We'll see. Just hopefully they have a good year this year. We'll see. It's gonna be a tough game, definitely against Colorado State. And New Mexico was 9-4 last year, and they run like the triple option in this day and
Like
age.
Georgia
So
Tech.
yeah, so they're really tough.
That
So-
is the worst. Oh, I hate watching us play them.
right.
Yeah, it's crazy.
All right, so it'd be tough. We'll see what
good.
happens.
Should be a good season of football. It's back.
Back.
Next
Back.
week we'll finally talk about football unless something happens with this guy retrade.
I'm sure something will happen with it. It's,
It'll probably just go through.
hopefully. I'm kind of tired of hearing about it. I got like the
Well, if not,
like, I
we
don't
get another week of LeBron talk, so I'm happy.
No LeBron.
Who's taking us out?
Diggs, Aria Diggs.
Aria.
And Aria Diggs. Oh man. All right. Well, I mean, it's episode 19, fellas. I mean, y'all don't have no other words that y'all want to say? I mean, I got words for Chris because
First of all,
one.
you're not my division.
Week one.
Hey, well, before we leave, so we actually got a message on YouTube. He says, I need to pick up a kicker, but I don't know which tight end I should drop, Delaney Walker or Eric Ebron. What do y'all say?
Drop Ebron.
You don't think Ebron gonna have a decent year this year?
No, he will have a decent year, but Delaney Walker is Mariota's favorite target, and
Yeah.
Ebron gets hurt pretty often. I had him last year. I just would rather stay away from him. I love Ebron. He's a beast, but I would stay away from him.
And he'll probably be there for you to pick up later.
We should do this if we can get people to send in fantasy questions, we can answer them all day.
Yeah, I would probably drop Ebron.
Yeah, that or honestly, I'd even take the risk. You can try to trade Ebron or get Njoku, okay? I think he's gonna have a balling year.
What kicker is he gonna pick up?
Oh well, you want a kicker?
I don't know. That's he needs to pick up a kicker and he's got to drop a tight end.
Man.
I got
honestly
pressure in my
play
league.
kicker by week, to be honest with you.
You can play kicker and defense week by week, in my opinion.
Unless you get a really good defense.
Yeah, unless you got the ball in defense, like the best defense.
I honestly might keep both of those tight ends then. If he's just picking up a kicker, I'd keep both of them.
So you said Wednesday? What time tomorrow, Justin? Or not tomorrow, Wednesday. What time Wednesday?
Wednesday. What am I doing Wednesday? Oh, the draft. It's I don't know. You'll get an email. I think it's like 9 o'clock.
Cool. He does the power rankings because I want to be on the power rankings one time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he does the power ranking.
I brought us back last year. We were battling.
Yeah, you did good. You did good with nothing. Did you win a couple?
Yeah, I ended up winning like 4 or 5 straight. I was 0-6 to start.
It's pretty good. Well, somebody who's in the league used to write fantasy articles for ESPN the magazine. So
wow.
Yeah,
well,
he's pretty.
I'm
ESPN
winning.
or some
If
magazine.
I win, it's going on my resume.
Right. He'd be like, I beat.
What's up? Speaking of resumes, Justin, before we're out of here, let me just act like I was like your clerk for like 5 years. And then they'll give you a call. You'll be like, how's Chris Ritter? And be like, oh, he's the greatest.
Oh, he's the
Hire him on
greatest.
spot. Yeah.
All right, I'll see what I can do. Maybe you can do some video editing for me. I can hire
Hey
you.
man, send something my way. We'll figure it out. I still gotta get a camera, man.
I got the Panasonic G85. I have taken forever to invest in a camera, and it is amazing.
I'm scared. We'll talk about it off air, but I'm scared.
All right.
Scared to buy a camera. I still gotta get that plane ticket, but all right, yeah.
All right, cool.
We'll see you guys. We didn't get it. Diggs didn't want to do it. He's got no face. We'll see you guys next week, episode 20. I think Jairus might come out for that one just because it's the 20th.
20th.
Yeah, I think we're gonna try to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have a 4.5 people.
Jairus.
So
And Jairus cannot wear anything DC related.
yeah. Come on, look. I don't like Bayern Munich.
All right.
I kind of like the Cavs. But other than that, yeah. Don't like
Peace.
you. Peace.
Peace out.
Later.
Ooh,